Welcome to Inside China from Beijing's Temple of Heaven. I'm Mary Windishar with the art and culture of China on location. In this episode, a French photographer is inspired by the past to capture modern Beijing on film. And an old factory finds a new lease on life by housing both an art gallery and an electronics company. Finally, a hands-on examination of one of the backbones of Chinese history, the Great Wall. The Temple of Heaven is one of the most photographed examples of Ming Dynasty architecture in China. It was a stage for sacrifices made by the emperor to ensure a bountiful harvest. These days, a French shutterbug named Hervé captures modern images of Beijing, showing the changes it's gone through since it was photographed 100 years ago by another French photographer named Albert Cain. Cain arrived here in Beijing in the early 1900s, during the final years of the Qing Dynasty. Cain captured images of the Chinese capital for a European audience that had only at most seen Beijing through sketches. Hervé is trying to shoot the same photos at the same angles, but it's not easy because now the city's full of skyscrapers and busy four-lane boulevards. Even the trees are taller, and he has to be a contortionist. Just take a look at some of the positions he gets into to get that perfect shot.
Hervé Brouwer is a photographer from France. He just arrived yesterday, but has set out early today to visit one of Beijing's most famous sites, the Imperial Palace. This is the essence of Beijing, vast, splendid, and steeped in history. Beijing has long been an amazing city. About a century ago, French photographers Albert Caen and Albert Dutertre were intoxicated by it. They took innumerable photos of the city that looked so exotic and enchanting to them. Today, their works have been collected in an album that gives witness to Beijing's history. Hervé Brouwer arrives at the Temple of Confucius. The front page of the album shows that the stone tablet and the ancient tree stood here a century ago. The only change seems to be that the cypress has grown stronger. Hervé Brouwer is here at the invitation of the Information Office of the Beijing Municipal Government. His works will hold an important place in an exhibition on Sino-French cultural exchanges. He shares the desire of his compatriots a century ago, to present a true picture of Beijing. Huge changes have taken place in Beijing. Its population today is nearly 100 times that of a century ago. High-rise buildings have replaced individual houses. Even much of the city's layout has changed. Hervé Brouwer tries to view scenes from the same angle as his predecessors. He searches carefully among all the tall buildings. But now it is only possible to catch a glimpse from above.
It's almost the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can take a walk.
Yeah, of course it was taken from from longer distance. C'est loin.
Time changes many things, but some traditions continue to be handed down. The fine craft of kite making captures Hervé's imagination. The Shecha High area has a strong Beijing flavor. Hervé takes a walk along the river, enjoying the chance to rub shoulders with the locals. Beijing has always been an energetic city. Nowadays, many residents burn energy in fitness centers. Hervé wants to train his lens on the new Beijing, as well as the old. The newly completed Changpu River Park is one of the best places to shoot the Imperial Palace and the old courtyard homes. The photographer can think only of getting the shot he wants, and will do whatever it takes to get it. The red walls and yellow tiles are the symbol of the capital of the Ming and Qing dynasties. Visitors come from around the world to see these sites. The Beijing Children's Palace is a paradise for kids. They can play and study all sorts of interesting subjects. It takes far longer to shoot indoor subjects than those outside. Getting the light just right takes time and great attention to detail. Hervé wants to explore every corner of the capital. Today he travels to a clothing manufacturer in the suburbs of Beijing. He is fascinated by the process of making traditional Chinese clothes, and he finds new friends among the designers. Chang'an Boulevard is the most famous street in Beijing. With the help of the information office staff, Hervé gets a rare opportunity to shoot photos from the top of the downtown area. The contrast of old and new is unfailingly enchanting. Kites appear like colorful flowers floating in the air. The autumn weather is fickle. Stars sparkled last night, but this morning there is a heavy fog. The Great Wall is all but invisible, and the photographer reaps no harvest today. When Hervé returns to the Great Wall, the leaves have turned to red. Good weather puts him in a good mood, and he sprints to the southernmost tip of the Great Wall. A Peking opera character appears on the Great Wall, a perfect image of China. It has been a month since Hervé began his shoot in Beijing. He uses his perceptive eyes to see Beijing not only for himself, but for all of us.